midnight each day.
On Valentine's night.
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home.
David is my husband.
All on my lonesome.
Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death when I'm dancing.
You get this day over and over.
Hilda.
I black out.
I don't think she's got long.
And Laurie just...
Naked on the beach.
Hannah.
Is that it for today?
David hunts,
I can change my skin.
then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date.
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did
On
phone
Valentine's Day.
and ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I?
He was preoccupied with finding
Photographs.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it.
Ah, there we go. Our all completely normal patients, which got mental. Right, let's see who we've got. We've got Claire. We got every time I ruin her name. Aine, Ellen, Mariana, Nathan. Oh, a new boy, Professor Warwick. Oh, thank you for the bit, Sean. Yes, level 2. Big Professor Warwick. What's his do? Jaya. And Brace. Brace is the gravedigger, isn't he? Who can stop time or has the extra hour. I don't know if I like that boy. No bits. Oh, of course. It's alright. That's alright. It's cool. I don't give any bits because I'm poor as fuck as well. Brace is a creepy gravedigger. Aye. Right. So, just to give me a sort of quick once over, Nathan's the one who had the car crash and now he has the Groundhog Day thing. Mariana's the one that wakes up at the beach. Aine's the one who works in the nursing home and can turn into people. Claire, her deal is she's a rich woman who stabbed her husband and was approaching this wee girl. Brace, our boy. Jaya's our assistant, I think. And Professor Warwick was the guy that was talking in the thing about the mad. Let's see, what have I got for... Can I look at? Crime scene report. Oh, so this is something I can probably ask someone about. Oh, reading this is not. Brace is not our boy. Right, so I'm guessing I'll need to remember this in case someone says something that will. What else have we got? Claire's arrest report. Oh my god, I can't even read that. Right, I think I've got the gist of it. Oh, it's a wall of text. Big Dr. Dekker resigned. There we go. And
nothing, of course. The faculty thinks I've gone loopy, like some kind of spongy Mobius strip. That's why I'm here, isn't it, Dr. Dekker? Him, God, the great old one, the elder god, Cthulhu, however you address him. Listen to me! You're not listening! It's your
perfectly
only
normal
bloody job.
sort of thing to say.
Well, let's call him God.
I think
He
we've already seen
creates
this one.
world for his amusement.
This thing I think, right, we've not seen this boy before. Let's get talking to him. I've completely forgotten. Here we go. Claire killed David. What happened with Ben? Ask patients about the paper spike. Who are you?
Professor Warwick, I'm a physicist. Where's Dr. Dekker?
Deed. Oh, straight to the point.
Is he really? Actually dead? Hmm? Not a worthy adversary after all, then?
Did you kill him? It's a strange thing to say.
Dr. Dekker challenged me. He tried to use my theories against me. Quantum theories.
It's a very strange thing to say. What theories? Let's hear this.
Do you really want to know? Dekker's eyes used to glaze over whenever we talked about that. He didn't believe in quantum physics. As if it's something that you can optionally believe in. Well, it started with an experiment.
Sorry for the long pause there, boys. I felt I need to sneeze and it just never came. Oh, Jesus. What was the experiment?
Have you heard of quantum suicide, Doctor?
Can't say I have. What will I say? Yes or no? No.
Quantum suicide is a thought experiment that tries to explain the many worlds theory. You're looking at me blankly. I can see that you don't understand. I knew you wouldn't. Alternate universes. Essentially, if I were to shoot myself, then in some alternate universe, I'd still be alive. Now imagine if I could actually choose that universe. I'm taking a product off a supermarket shelf. Well, I simply applied that logic to something different.
I don't get it. I thought you said you were going to fall asleep. Nah, that's it. Oh, I had that sort of feeling to sneeze and then, oh, the bastard just never comes. It's right on the edge. He done it, you think? He killed him.
Gambling. I set up an experiment whereby I would visit a casino and place a very large bet at the roulette table. Now, I would always bet on odd. Now, the results of this particular experiment were mundane. I won as many times as you would expect according to the laws of probability. But then, I changed a parameter.
So, just full of odds then, or?
Why not gambling? My wife, Vanessa, left me for a neurosurgeon. She emptied our entire combined wealth into her barrister's wallet. I needed more money. Physics provided me with a solution.
So I had a breakdown and but you got blamed like quantum physics. There we go. Tell me about your wife.
We were married for 14 years, 7 months and 3 days. Vanessa couldn't have children. At least that's what she told me. She grounded me in reality. I'm not complaining. It's probably what I needed. But part of me always thought that one day I'd achieve immortality through science and we'd be...
Ah, nice, reasonable goal.
It wasn't to be, though.
Well, you can have children.
Well, yes, it bothered me. Especially now that I find out that she's pregnant. Oh, no, it wasn't a rocket scientist that was required, but a brain surgeon, it seems. I have considered putting that neurosurgeon onto his darkest timeline.
Oh, dear.
But I'm not a killer, it would seem.
Are you sure? Right, what can I forgot anything that... What did you apply that logic to?
Gambling.
Yeah.
I set up an experiment whereby I would visit a casino and place a very large bet at the roulette table. Now, I would always bet on odd. Now, the results of this particular experiment were mundane. I won as many times as you would expect according to the laws of probability. But then, I changed a parameter.
We have to ask him about that parameter. Did I ask him about it? There we go. What parameter did you change? Did... I really should get a keyboard hooked up to this, it'd be a lot easier.
Quantum suicide required a loss of life to make it a realistic thought experiment. So I simply upped the stakes. Every time I bet on odd, I would place everything I had on that one spin of the wheel, and it worked. Well, for a while.
So just all in, all the time? Yes, man. What parameter did it change? Why did the experiment stop working?
Dr. Dekker killed it, and I can't get it back.
Perfectly normal thing to say. What'd they kill?
Well, my theory, quantum gambling. If the stakes are high enough, you will win every time by simply shifting your consciousness into that branch that wins. It's tricky, but it can be done. Dr. Dekker didn't like that. He saw me becoming rich and powerful, and he hated that. That's why he proffered the Hangman's paradox.
Right, now, what's the Hangman's paradox?
Well, imagine a judge sentences you to death. Now, it will be Monday or Tuesday next week, but it will be a surprise. Well, which day do you think you'll be executed?
Monday?
Well, Monday does seem likely, yes. Because if you're still alive on Monday at midnight, then Tuesday won't be a surprise. But if you're sure that it's Monday, then that won't be a surprise either, will it? Dekker tricked me.
How'd they trick you?
He told me that sometime in the future I would lose a bet, that I would lose all of my money. Now, this didn't seem likely because I had quantum gambling on my side and it was working. But he unnerved me. He made me doubt myself. And then it happened. Recently, I lost everything that I'd managed to build up since Vanessa left me.
You've got all the money. Why would Dr. Dekker hate you becoming rich and powerful?
Honestly? Well, I think he feared quantum physics. He didn't like things being explained in terms of science. Almost as if he'd have preferred chaos.
Ah, yes, it was Dr. Dekker that meant all that, aye. Here we go. What were you doing on Valentine's night? Because you seem to hate Dekker. So let's have a wee look.
I was at a fundraiser for a charity called Mind Stretch Outreach. Don't know how I got roped into that. I can't remember. But it was full of very clever children with bizarre outlooks on life. And Jaya. It was Jaya who asked me to go.
What's Mind Stretch Outreach?
It's full of poor kids with very capable minds. I did give them a talk on quantum tunneling once, and they loved it. Not sure it'll put dinner on the table for any of them, though.
Get this cunt in the bin. I agree, Sean. Something about tunneling.
Oh, you're gonna have to Google that, Doctor, I'm afraid. I'm not a walking Wikipedia.
Fuck up, you prick.
I'd love to tell you, but I am paying you by the hour. Maybe look up Schrodinger's cat whilst you're there.
Right, that's it. This cunt did it. Get him arrested. Arsehole nonce. Don't like him. How well do you know Gia?
Oh, she's Dr. Dekker's lovely assistant. I imagine she's your lovely assistant now. Yeah, she always smiles and makes me a cup of tea before a session. That smile. Which reminds me, my session. Can we talk about my problem now?
Aye, what problem you got?
I'm not a gambler, Doctor. I'm a scientist. I need more money. It's true I've run out of money for my research. An opportunity has arisen.
What opportunity?
A very wealthy group of individuals have offered to pay me a very large sum of money if I attend their next private soiree. They don't want a talk or anything like that. They want a practical demonstration.
What kind of demonstration?
They'll pay me £1 million if I can successfully survive 6 rounds of Russian roulette.
Oh dear.
Now, I am worried because of what Dr. Dekker said, but, well, I can't help but thinking that the stakes are so high I can't possibly lose. What do you think, Doctor? Should I take them up on their offer?
No.
No. No, I suppose you're right. In a darker timeline, you probably said yes, and I'm dead now. I earn good money where I work. How do I stop losing it?
Stop gambling.
I take your point. I take your point. But I suppose to decide whether to continue gambling or to stop gambling is a gamble within itself, isn't it? Well, my time is up. Will we be having another session or... No, don't answer that. It'll turn you into a gambler like me. Infectious,
Infectious.
isn't it?
Infectious, like the infectious madness. Way, there we go. He said the line. Oh, is he away? Oh, he's just left. Well then, 6 rounds. I don't think his outlook is good. Yeah, 6 rounds. He's practically fucked after that. Right, here we go. Who do I talk to next? Let's see what Bryce is doing. Where's Bryce? There he is. How are you today?
Hello, Doctor. I've been thinking about our last session, and I just wanted you to know that I'm not a bad person. I know taking naked photographs is wrong, but you don't know what it's like until you face the same temptation.
Nods.
I'm assuming you don't know what it's like. Do you have an extra hour, Doctor?
I'll just say aye to entice him.
You're playing games with me, Doctor. I was going to tell you what I know about the murder weapon, but now, well, now you just have to go without.
Excuse me? Murder weapon?
I overheard your assistant earlier. I know about that paper spike. It was sharp. What I really wanted to tell you was, there's someone else in my hour.
Oh.
A hooded figure, watching me and following me. I followed it too.
Oh. Would you follow it?
I don't know who it is. My initial thought was that it was you. That I told you about my affliction and somehow you'd got it too. Now I think maybe it's the military or some organization that wants to use the hour themselves. Maybe it's Dr. Dekker risen from the dead. I need to talk
Perfectly
to you
normal.
about him.
I can see that. Tell me about the paper spike.
Dr. Dekker frequently used that paper spike on his desk as an example. I'm sure he did it with the other patients too. He'd make me look at it, touch the point to see how sharp it was. He'd tell me that because I think it's sharp, it will hurt me. But if I thought it was nothing, it could pass right through my hand.
Oh dear. Oh no. Dr. Dekker was a bit of a mad lad, I know. Doesn't seem very, conventional with his treatment, but we'll see. Why would the military be following you? Maybe because you're a dirty wrongin.
I'm surprised I haven't been approached earlier. I mean, my skills in the military. Special ops would be a breeze, wouldn't it? Waltz in past everyone during the midnight hour, get whatever you want, and return to friendly soil. It also makes me think that they might already know all of that, and that they want to get rid of me in case I tell anyone else. Would you do something for me if they get me?
I don't want to agree to it because this guy's a weirdo and I don't want to agree to saying something to him. So we should have Dr. Decked him. Yes, man. Let's move on to something else.
I spied on Dr. Dekker not long before he was murdered. I'm not sure I should tell you what I saw in his basement.
What? Excuse me? What's in the basement?
I'd been feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker for some time. I mentioned how he'd changed before, so I began spying on him at home. One night, the basement door was open, and Dekker was returning upstairs. I skipped past him, and there she was, a girl. It was difficult to tell. It was dark, and she was chained.
Oh, what'd you do with the chained girl?
I removed the chains, dressed her, and sat her in the police station. There's no evidence, though. No evidence of what he'd done. but she was free. I saved her. I'm not evil. I destroyed evil.
Oh no, this guy's getting weird. Yeah, I'll do something for you.
Would you tell Jessica I love her? She didn't really know me that well, but I did love her. And also, there's a hard drive in the bottom drawer of my drinks cabinet. Please destroy it. Please.
Oh no.
Don't look at it.
Oh right, I think we have followed up straight away. Oh Jesus. What's on the hard drive? No, I do not have a secret hard drive, Thugman. What's in the hard drive?
There's a hard drive with all the pictures
no,
I've ever taken
No,
of it.
in the bin.
The one in the bottom drawer of my drinks cabinet. Don't let Jessica see it.
Oh no. Yeah, let's talk about the hooded figure. Let's talk about that.
Whatever it is that's following me, it doesn't want to catch me yet. If I move towards it, it runs away. And when I follow it past temptations. A bar brawl, an open till, an open bedroom window. Like, it's testing me.
Just don't be a wrong'un then. Just don't diddle people. Tell me about the bar brawl.
I split the brawl up.
Why? What a boring thing to do when you've got mad time travel powers.
I did nothing. I'm not stealing any more.
Tell me about the bedroom window.
I looked in. Watching other people is somehow built into our genes, Doctor. There was an old woman in bed.
Oh no.
I went inside.
Oh no.
Her bed covers were smoking. I think she'd fallen asleep holding a cigarette. I took the covers and put them in the bath. She'd have died otherwise. And no, I didn't take any pictures.
Oh, that's a relief. At least they saved someone. Right, here we go. Did you bury David Castleford?
I'm actually a classically trained pallbearer. There are a lot of health and safety considerations. Not everybody can do it. Well, properly at least.
Shut up.
Occasionally I step in if the funeral director is short-shouldered. I do remember her face. She wasn't upset in the usual way. She seemed agitated. Her husband must have been a giant. The coffin was so heavy. I remember because aft port side sprained his ankle. That and he wasn't lifting correctly.
Oh, didn't realise my phone. Didn't realise my, what you got, alarms had still go off. Did Claire? Oh, her husband's dead. That makes sense, right? Her husband passed away. Did Claire ask you to do something with David's body?
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave. He is in the ground. I'm sure it wouldn't take much for the police to get an order to have him exhumed. Just make sure it's done on Tuesday morning when I'm off.
Right, have you seen Jessica again?
Jessica is a beautiful woman. I've not spied on her since the incident we talked about. I have real feelings for her, Doctor. We've never connected.
Maybe because you're a time. Maybe you should try talking to her. That makes sense.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. It's nice you think I'm capable of such basic interaction with females.
Oh, the females.
But I'm still in awe of her, really. I will think about it, though.
Do you just like awkwardly stare at her? Bryce is a big incel. How's your job?
I put my hand through a rusty nail at work today. It hurt like hell and bled like I'd been shot. I closed my eyes and thought, this isn't happening. The nail is just a worm, and it will wriggle through me. When I
I
looked
don't
back,
think worms wriggle
can you
through
guess what I saw?
things. Like, what do you see when you looked at your hand?
When I looked back at my hand, it was healed. Look, see?
How did your hand heal?
My hand had healed.
Aye, but how?
The nail had become a worm and was wriggling in my palm. It was like a little miracle. Like magic.
Oh dear. Do you think magic healed you?
I shouldn't really say miracle or magic. They're words that Dr. Dekker used when he tried to get you to think things and make them real. But do you think it's real, Doctor? That magic is real?
Absolutely not.
And so it isn't. I envy you, Doctor. I wish I could be so sure.
Are we getting this boy sanctioned? Oh yeah, Brace is getting... I've got a feeling maybe Brace might be the killer, because he seems to think Dr. Dekker was a mad... Well, he probably was. He seems a bit like a mad cultist, kidnapper, monster. I don't know.
I find using nautical terms to describe the position of pallbearers fitting. Plus, most of them are 3 sheets to the wind. You know, drunk.
Right, let's have a look. What notes have we taken? I still clear. Brace says her husband's in the ground. Right, where's the... Any orange questions I can follow up on? Right, let's actually talk. Ask him about Dr. Dekker. What do we think? Dekker was an absolute cultist weirdo. Aye, so let's ask him about that. Was Dr. Dekker evil?
I believe that Dr. Dekker was a truly evil man, and so should you. I know you record these sessions, Doctor. I'm not going to be filmed saying I wanted him dead. But I did, and so should you.
He did it.
And
Killer.
Doctor, if I wanted to kill anyone, I'd do it in the midnight hour, wouldn't I? And when was Dekker murdered?
Oh, I don't like that. Wait, we'll ask him. Do you like jazz? There we go.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a yes or no question, but see if he was a mad shagger, could be Dr. Dekker. Oh dear, Dr. Dekker. Yes, man, yes. Right, I feel like we should ask him if he's actually killed someone, because he was quite heavy-handed with it. If I was gonna kill someone. Have you killed someone? Oh, let's put in the hour, in the midnight hour. There we go.
No, I've never killed anyone. But then, even if I had, I'm not likely to tell you about it, am I, Doctor?
Well then. See if there's anything. Try to think about anything I can ask him. Actually, I think I've got. Oh, what's this? Oh, my finger slipped. Did he find anything else when he spied on Dekker? What did you find spying on Dekker?
I didn't need an extra hour to realize Dr. Dekker was strange.
No follow up to that, just saying. Well then, let's ask, let's go for Claire, because I feel like we need to talk about her husband a wee bit.
It makes for interesting reading, doesn't it? I can tell you're dying to ask me about it. Fire away.
Let's have a quick wee look at her arrest warrant. Tuesday, 8th November. Myself and PC Holt respond to a call received from neighbours. Went to the patio doors, didn't see response. Saw a female sitting next to a man who was lying on the ground. Man didn't appear conscious. Both were drenched in blood. Blood everywhere. A steak knife on the floor, which covered in blood. Oh, I think we've got hold of this. I see. Says you're arrested for murder.
That's what it says. I can see you're confused. The police say that David is dead, fatally wounded when I stabbed him. The coroner says that David is dead. Everyone says that David is dead. There was even a funeral. But I know he's alive.
Oh no. How can you have a funeral if David isn't dead?
He's buried at Henley Church. You can go see for yourself. There's even a headstone. One of your other patients was a pallbearer. I never forget her face. You should ask him.
Which patient was a pallbearer?
Bryce was a pallbearer for David. He's also a gravedigger, I believe.
How do you know Bryce?
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult, unless you pay the right people.
Oh, get Bryce, you naughty boy. Smuggling bodies, there we go. Smuggling.
I have absolutely no idea.
Wait, did I miss that one? Do you pump bodies, Bryce? I wouldn't be surprised. Do you smuggle bodies?
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave. He is in the ground. I'm sure it wouldn't take much for the police to get an order to have him exhumed. Just make sure it's done on Tuesday morning when I'm off.
I'll come back to you. Because that seems to be a big plot point that I can pull up. Did you intend to fatally wound him?
David wanted to have a talk about our relationship. Not something any married person wants to hear. He said he'd been with Iris for about a year and that he loved her. He said he didn't love me anymore. Which I know is a lie. You don't just fall out of love with somebody. I reacted badly. I grabbed the nearest weapon I could find, which happened to be the steak knife, and stabbed him with it. There was so much blood. I instantly regretted it.
Well, that's good to know.
So, I fixed him.
Oh no, she's got to have like, he's all sewn up and he's like, she's starting to replace bits of his flesh. We're like, oh no.
It was about a week later. I brought David back to life. Not with voodoo, not with virginal sacrifice. I just willed it to happen, and it did.
Oh dear.
Dr. Dekker told me it was possible, but only if you're not buried. He says once you're in the ground, there's no coming back. But until then, you have a chance at resurrection.
Oh wait, you said a name. She said a name, didn't she? What was it? Iris? Who is Iris?
It didn't happen. Dr. Dekker called me from his house to cancel. He was furious. He said that Iris had escaped and he blamed me for it.
What?
He said that I must have set her free after he told me about her. I knew it was all lies anyways. He was obviously titillating himself by reprimanding me. He knew I'd never want to speak to Iris again, so I couldn't prove it either way.
Wait, so I think I might have actually accidentally typed in a question from later on, but so Iris is the girl in the. Ask you about Iris. Who is Iris?
The girl who was chained in the basement. Her name is Iris. How do you know that? Not that it means anything. She wouldn't remember me anyway.
Just say Iris and nod.
Time was frozen.
I'll mention that Claire knew Iris. Claire knew Iris.
I had no idea there was a connection between those two. Wow. Behind closed doors, eh?
That will be famous? Absolutely. But you can get to fuck. Yes, man. So why is he doing crimes and thinking nobody knows because he's having a fake hour? I feel like this is the first time we've actually done what the game wants us to do. Oh, whoops. I keep forgetting down's not a thing. Why was there no evidence of the girl? Such a good. Seribot is slacking. No, I'll be nice to Seri. Seri is a good boy. Why was there no evidence of Iris? Why was there no evidence? There we go.
No, I didn't feel lustful, Doctor. I was angry. If I had taken pictures, there would at least been some evidence. A sicker man would have taken pictures and saved the day.
Ugh. Clatty, Bryce. Clatty. Right, so where were we? Claire. Did you resurrect David?
Yes, resurrection.
Oh dear.
But now that I've seen the results, I don't think there's anything holy about it. I think reanimation is more an accurate term. Like, I'm an evil necromancer raising things from the dead.
What were the results of David's resurrection?
I think his brain was already decaying during the week that he was dead.
The week,
Important
you
bits.
think?
So when I brought him back to life, I didn't heal him completely. Just gave him life in the state he was in. I mean, he's hunting and killing things and trying to roast them on fires he can only light with matches, but that's about it. He's your basic Neanderthal. So I have a problem.
Oh dear. Oh dear, dear. I should tell Claire Bryce says her husband's in the ground. Bryce says David in the ground. There we go.
Well, that's what he would say, isn't it?
No, I thought I would get something. Oh well. Fine, Claire's playing hardball. So I'm just having a look at the questions, seeing if something sort of springs to mind. What problem do you have?
I'm being charged with murder because the police don't know he's still alive, and I can't get David to vouch for me for obvious reasons. I think it would raise quite a few more questions than answers, which is why I'm hoping that you'd be able to help me.
Absolutely not. Nope. But wait. Bryce said the body was really heavy because he was a giant. Why was the body heavy if there was no... Why was the casket heavy if there wasn't the obvious reason being that he's dead? Oh yeah, he's got a problem. Oh yeah. It wasn't a dead? What? No, if I wasn't a body. Sorry, my brain broke there.
Don't know.
Did that count, or... Why would the hood figure be testing him? Why... I'll come back to Brace later. I'm into this thing. How can I help you?
Considering the circumstances, I'd be grateful if you could see your way to declaring me temporarily insane at the time of the murder. To lessen my sentence. Because I'm not a killer. But I can't prove otherwise. You don't still think I'm a killer, do you, Doctor?
I'll say no because I'm afraid you'll kill me.
Thank you, Doctor. So then you'll help me. You'll say I was temporarily insane.
Well, I don't know if this is... Oh, you seem pretty... I don't know. No.
I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear that. Let's have a few more sessions before you seal our fates. Or is it that you want something else? Like Dr. Dekker did.
Oh wait, what did Dr. Dekker want? Whoops. Wait, the paper spike we used to kill Dr. Dekker? Oh dear. What else did Dekker want?
Dr. Dekker teased me mercilessly about my eligibility. He didn't believe I'd reanimated David. Once, he presented me with a dead mouse and commanded me to give it life again. I didn't, of course. It's not something I'd throw around lightly. He changed his mind about me eventually.
Nah, because you fucking killed him.
And then he mentioned the girl.
I've got a feeling this is the one I accidentally brought up.
He told me he'd locked up a girl in the basement of his house. Just for me. And he asked me to reanimate her. It was Iris. I said I couldn't reanimate something that wasn't dead, and he said that wouldn't be a problem. So I agreed. I just played along. I was hoping it wasn't real. I assumed it wasn't real. But he was offering me what I wanted. A temporary insanity diagnosis.
Oh dear, oh no, this is not a... What changed Dekker's mind?
Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David wasn't dead, so I took him to the lake house. He saw that I was telling the truth. I can take you to see him too, if you like. Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Aye, why not?
Very well. In our next session.
Oh dear, this has got to go well. Realize I never asked her how you're doing today.
I've been to the lake house regularly, keeping an eye on David. I saw the girl again. The one I told you about.
Oh no.
She was playing outside.
Oh no. I better ask about the girl there. Did tomorrow will be good? Oh no, she's gotta bring her zombie husband in. You talk to the girl.
I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I just watched her from the bedroom window.
That's normal.
She'd caught a fish. She was holding it in her hands.
What did she do with the fish? Oh wait, no. Because I don't know if just holding a fish is like normal behavior. Did she do with the fish? It was be bracing a wig.
I wasn't close enough to see, but for all intents and purposes, it looked as if the fish bit her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive.
Oh no. What's that Claire says? The girl in the basement was Iris. Ask about the paper spike.
A paper spike is an odd thing to use as a weapon. I suppose if it went directly into the heart, it might work. Or through his eye, or perhaps through the ear and into his brain. Or was it just a frenzied, bloody mess of a murder? Do you know, Doctor?
How is it possible that David was brought back to life?
You tell me. What could possibly explain that?
Do you think you're seeing David's ghost?
I assure you, David is not a ghost. I've touched him.
Oh dear, oh no. David's not human?
Since I brought him back, I felt that there was something different about him. Something not quite right. I think it's his brain. But how ludicrous that you can bring someone back in the first place. It's like that book, Pet Cemetery. Funnily enough, he does smell of earth, but that's because he spends most of his time out hunting.
Just like that popular book, Is he a wee dog now? I've not seen the first Pet Cemetery. I've only seen Pet Cemetery 2, which is your movie, Sean, and I've seen the remake, which was fine. Are you lying about David being alive?
If David doesn't exist, then that means that I really did kill him. He really is buried, and I really should be going to prison for a very long time. That just doesn't seem right to me. It's more probable that I reanimated him under Dr. Dekker's guidance.
So Dr. Dekker made you do it? Oh dear. Wait, that's got a wee green thing. What's this?
A paper spike is an odd thing to use as a weapon. I suppose if it went directly into the heart, it might work. Or through his eye, or perhaps through the ear.
How was Dekker killed? Crime scene report. He was stabbed in the heart. Don't know if I should be saying this, but Dekker was stabbed in the heart.
He was stabbed in the heart. Then I'd say whoever killed him didn't want to leave any room for error.
Well, then it was clearly it was always going to be one of the patients, but because he's the only one that showed them the sort of test with the paper thing. Are you lying about never seeing Dekker outside your sessions?
How astute, Doctor. Yes, I did say I hadn't seen Dr. Dekker outside of our sessions. That wasn't a lie. Our trip to the lake house was made during a session.
What else can I follow up on? Did you talk to the girl?
I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I just watched her from the bedroom window. She'd caught a fish. She was holding it in her hands.
And then the fish bit her. That's what you were saying, yeah. Is it possible David was brought back to life? Actually, let's get a wee hint. Dekker hardly know her. Oh, that's a good idea. What happened when Dekker met David? When Dekker met David. There we go.
I think it was a mistake taking Dr. Dekker to see David. Dr. Dekker wanted to examine him, so they went into a different room. I wasn't worried. David wouldn't speak. But Dr. Dekker seemed very distant after that. He didn't say a word on the way back.
Well, you did just show him your mad, what you got? Zombie husband. Let's see, what can I follow up on something about David? Changing Dekker's mind. What happened to the lost key? Did she mention it? She probably mentioned a key, I just didn't hear it. Right, what happened to the lost key? Let's go give me something here.
Oh, I found the key. It must have been there all along, in a drawer in the hallway. I could have sworn I'd looked there already.
Ask her if she likes Kay's cooking videos. I think she's a big fan, I can tell. A drawer in the hallway. The hallway.
You don't have to analyze everything I say, Doctor. Sometimes a hallway is just a hallway. And yes, before you ask, the same goes for the drawer.
Well, that's me told. Why'd you use a steak knife? Why a steak knife?
The steak knife was the closest, sharpest weapon I could lay my hands on. I didn't really have much time to think about it.
Tell her that I heard sliding off the top. So it ends up the green ones are like they're really important things to follow up on, which I actually thought was all the way around, because before in the earlier sessions I thought green was just like a not important little thing, and I thought the orange was important. No, it's that way around. I'm going by the fucking green cross code or whatever it is. What you say there about the knife?
The steak knife was the closest, sharpest weapon I could lay my hands on. I didn't really have much time to think about it.
Didn't have much time. Why didn't you have time?
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that.
Fine then. Arsehole. Right, what do we ask? What happened with Dr. What's this?
I think it was a mistake taking Dr. Dekker to see David. Dr. Dekker wanted to examine him, so they went into a different room. I wasn't worried. David wouldn't speak. But Dr. Dekker seemed very distant after that. He didn't say a word on the way back.
Oh, maybe David spoke. Maybe David spoke to Dekker.
I think it was a mistake
Fine then.
taking Dr. Dekker to see David. Dr. Dekker wanted to examine him.
What's that? Why did she not have much time? Why did you not have much? Because I've got a feeling this, the way this works is like it picks out keywords or whatever. And if I slightly...
I didn't plan to kill my husband. It was a spur of the moment thing. What is it with men and affairs? Is that why they have a shorter average lifespan?
Exactly, Hen. That's just how it works.
Yes, resurrection. But now that I've seen the results, I don't think there's anything holy about it. I think reanimation is more an accurate term. Like, I'm an evil necromancer raising things from the dead.
Right, I'm just gonna look up one thing. Because she... Oh wait, forget. Maybe David survived the attack? Oh! Maybe... survived the attack.
Perhaps. Perhaps I missed his vital organs. Perhaps by some strange freak of nature, he only appeared dead for a week and needed no food or water. Though there was an autopsy, so it's not likely. I think he was definitely dead.
How do I say this? Ask if he's like, is David a zombie? There we go, mate. That's a better way of phrasing it.
Yes, he did come back to life, but he's not a zombie. He looks like he always did. Just his mind is encumbered. There's no way back.
So if she's offered me to go see him, and Dr. Dekker to see him, is anyone? Because it'd be easy to get the police off you back. Just show them David. Seen.
Yes, the father and daughter who live opposite will have seen him, I'd imagine, although they won't have talked to him. If anyone approaches him other than me, David would run a mile. The sociable part of his brain must have died in that week too.
Maybe she's lying about him being alive. Are you lying about David being alive?
You tell me. What could possibly explain that?
Right, what can I follow up on? What happened when Dr. Dekker met David?
I think it was a mistake taking Dr. Dekker
I know we've
to
seen
see
this bit
David.
before.
Dr. Dekker wanted to examine him, so they went into a different room. I wasn't worried. David wouldn't speak. But Dr. Dekker seemed very distant after that. He didn't say a word on the way back.
Resh report says the neighbours called the police. There we go, ask about that. How do I spell this? Neighbor. Neighbor. Reported you.
My neighbors seem far more interested in my business than they are their own. The lake house only has one house opposite, and it was on sale for some time. I suppose I should have bought it.
Aye, they're the nosy ones for, listening to me killing my husband. What else can I ask about? Right, the thing about Dekker, yeah, we know that. Is that all we can ask her about? We changed Dekker's mind.
Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David wasn't dead, so I took him to the lake house. He saw that I was telling the truth. I can take you to see him too, if you like. Would you like to see David, Doctor?
2 seconds, boys. Right, there's one thing I have to maybe... Alright, what am I looking for again? Because I feel like there's something that I need to ask about. Whoops.
A paper spike is an odd thing to use as a weapon. I suppose if it went directly into the heart, it might work. Or through his eye, or perhaps through the ear into his brain. Or was it just a frenzied, bloody mess of a murder? Do you know, Doctor?
Perhaps just ask someone else. What's this? Can she prove David's still alive? Right. I'm only going off these hints now. Only thing. Right, I can do this. Can you prove David is alive? I've got a feeling this has got to look back to the bit where she's got to say, oh, can you come see David?
I have a picture of him I took after he came back. I'll bring it in next session.
I'm absolutely stuck. I don't quite know, because if it's orange, it means there's still something to find out. So why is reincarnation more accurate? Why is I've just hit a wall here, I can't think it in.
I don't know what you're after, but I don't know anything about that.
That was what the hint told me. Ah, right, fine, let's talk to someone else. What's our girl Ellen doing? Resurrection? Did the hint not say reincarnation? I'm not sure. Let's see what Ellen's doing.
It's true then. I'd heard Dr. Dekker was stabbed, but I didn't know for sure. It's weird that whoever did it would choose the paper spike.
Why is it weird the paper spike was used?
Dr. Dekker used to play with it in our sessions sometimes. You know, pick it up, handle it while we talked. I remember once, he pushed the spike through his skin. At this bit, here, between his thumb and his finger.
Oh no.
He said he didn't think I'd mind the sight of blood, being a nurse and all that, but actually, there wasn't any.
There wasn't any blood from the paper spike?
I was a bit freaked out. At first, I thought it was a trick. A magic trick, you know? Like some kind of therapeutic test. Show the patient this retractable spike and see how they react. But it wasn't. The spike was real.
How do you know Spike was
Dr.
real?
Dekker gave me the paper spike to try. It wasn't fake. It was pretty sharp, actually.
The animation.
I
There,
don't know how
I'll
he did it.
ask about that then.
He said he just thought that it wouldn't hurt him, so it didn't.
Right, reanimate. What happened to Iris? So I imagine they'll say something that will come back to me. Will come back to Iris or whatever. Why is reanimation? No, yeah, reanimation. More accurate. There we go.
David was dazed and confused when I brought him back to life, as you'd expect. He was scared. He didn't want me to go near him at first, which is understandable, as I did kill him.
Oh, you.
But I didn't really succeed in bringing him back. He wasn't a big talker before, but even monosyllabic words were more than what he seemed able to give me.
Why didn't you say, why? Why do you say you didn't succeed in bringing them back? There goes that worked out. And bringing him back.
He made sounds. I could understand him a bit. I thought he'd improve with time, like a child learning to talk, but he didn't. It's only recently that I've come to that conclusion that he's not going to get better. He's not going to be right again. I think it's his brain.
Well,
at least he is safe where he is.
You see, where I know where he's safe. He's safe at the house, but I'm hoping that these lead us on to something.
At the lake house. He doesn't move from there, for good reason.
David doesn't leave for a good reason. Leave for good. I'm going to be raging if this doesn't get picked up.
David
Yes,
shouldn't
man.
be alive, so he can't just stroll around the neighborhood. It's unseemly. I did think he'd be able to rejoin society at some point, but not anymore. He's getting worse, not better.
Why is it unseemly? Why is it unseemly? There we go.
Do you see David here? No, Doctor. That would be ridiculous.
Did you lie about, because Dekker seen him, about David never leaving the lake house. There we go. I feel like we spent so much time on just these two, we're going to have to run through the rest of the...
I'm sorry, Your Honor. What I meant to say is that David never leaves the vicinity of the lake house. I think his hunting would be severely restricted by trying to do it from the kitchen window.
Is there any questions I can ask? Not yet. Damn it. Who have we got? Mariana, Ellen, and Nathan. Let's... How are you today?
I'm fine. Work's fine. Hilda's fading fast. Terry's... Terry. Oh, you'd be pleased to know I don't have the locket anymore. I gave it back. All of it. Every single keepsake.
Every single one? Why'd you give it back?
You told me to. Well, not in so many words, but you said I shouldn't have kept them. And what with Terry going around telling everyone I stole them, I didn't feel like I really had any choice. The lockets, the watch, the ring. But I kept the little bird Sarah Dekker gave me.
No, you can't keep them. It's against the rules.
Just mention her.
Right, how's Hilda?
Hilda's nearing the end. She's been sleeping a lot, not eating much. She hasn't been that argumentative either. Although, she did give me a vicious scratch yesterday.
Did you give her a scratch?
It was nothing. I was just trying to give her meds. It's hard, you know? I'm trying to help her, but she keeps fighting me. It'll be better after she's seen her daughter. I've decided I'm going to do it tonight. She hasn't got much
Sarah
time
Dekker?
left.
Wait, did you mention? Who's Sarah? Oh!
Dr. Dekker's mother.
Oh!
She was one of my first patients, but she died a while ago.
Patient. What's this? I'll ask her some of these ones now. Do what tonight?
You know the answer to that, Doctor.
Oh dear.
What have we been talking about? What can I do for Hilda that will make it all better?
No! You not gotta kill her. Oh, you gotta pretend to be her daughter.
That's the plan. I know. It sounds unbelievable, like I'm making it up. I wish I could prove it to you somehow. We could try shifting now. Think of someone you really love. It might help if you close your eyes. Are you thinking of them? Can you picture them?
Yep, I'm thinking of my boy Michael Barrymore.
Oh, sorry. I don't think it's going to work. On the bright side, that probably means you're not going to die anytime soon.
You're shite, hen. You're shite. What do you say when you shift?
It's tricky. I mean, I'll sound exactly like Hilda's daughter, but I try and keep it vague because I don't become her. I don't know what she would really say. I say things like, it's okay, don't be scared, I love you, Mum, or I love you, Dad.
Oh dear.
But it doesn't
This is
really
weird.
matter what their relationship's like because it's not really them. I always do the Disney version. The best, most loving version. That's what my patients want to hear. And maybe deep down they know it's not the truth, but it's got to be better than the reality.
She just Yuri Gellered me. Why bother shifting if patients know it's not the truth?
Does it really matter if it isn't the truth? Isn't it worth it if it brings them peace? Tell me honestly, Doctor, do you really think that what I'm doing is wrong?
Yes. Yeah, shifting is wrong.
So you're saying I should let Hilda die without seeing her daughter one last time?
I mean, she's not seen her daughter, she's seen you wearing a fucking skin face doing a weird impression. Oh no, you've put it like that. Oh, oh god. How do I say this? Let's imagine her doing really crap accents in front of these dying folk. Oh.
I don't know if I could do that, Doctor. I'd be letting her down. I'd have to think about it.
Just try to get her possessions. Oh, 100%, yeah. Oh, sorry, excuse me. How was Terry?
Terry seems to have backed down since I gave the keepsakes back. Actually, it doesn't seem like she's been very well. Not her usual self. Maybe she's got a bug or something.
She's got a wee bug, so she does. Do you talk to Dr. Dekker about Hilda?
Dr. Dekker didn't know about Hilda. I don't think I mentioned her to him.
Well, yeah, you're not meant to patient confidentiality and all that. Why'd you say I'm not gonna die soon?
As far as I know, it only works on people who are close to death. That's the whole point of it. I have to hold their hand, and they have to think of the person, and they have to be near death. And those seem to be the 3 criteria.
Seem to be near death. Why didn't you want me to know about Sarah Dekker?
It just makes things complicated, doesn't it? I knew Dr. Dekker's mother before I started seeing Dr. Dekker. She's dead, and now he's dead. I'm sure you're going to have a field day with it.
Oh, there we go. Did you know that Sarah Dekker was Dr. Dekker's mother?
Yeah, that's the reason I came to see him. I knew she was dying, but he refused to talk to me unless I booked a session, so I did. And well, here we are.
Oh shit, she's been poisoned too. That's a good point, Ellen. I think Ellen's talking pish. Right, give me 2 seconds. Let me just see.
Yeah, that's the
Oh, whoops. Said she came to see Dr. D. Wait, let's see if this works. I just want to test some. Have I got a microphone? I don't have microphone input. That'd make this a whole lot easier. Give me 2 seconds. Wait, don't knock out the HDMI cable. Give me 2 seconds. I can't because the capture card's plugged in. Bastard. Can't even plug my thing in. I was gonna do it because I can't bother typing in because. There we go.
I told Dr. Dekker that his mum was dying, that he should see her before it's too late. But he wasn't interested. It wasn't like he hated her. It was just like it wasn't important. He asked me to take care of it for him. He did send his assistant along to see her once. Sorry, your assistant.
Dr. Dekker seems like an arsehole on top of, kidnapping women and all that.
It was about the 2nd, 3rd session we had. He said he could tell that I was a good person, that I wanted to help people, and that I should think really hard about how I could do that. That's how I discovered shifting.
Was it Dr. Dekker's idea for you to shift?
I think Dr. Dekker showed me something that was always there. I've always wanted to help people. I hate to see people suffer. I don't think Dr. Dekker made me into a shifter, but I don't think I'd be doing what I do if it wasn't for him. His
Oh,
mum
dear.
was one of the first ones I tried shifting for.
Do you shift for Sarah?
I didn't really know what I was doing that first time. I mean, I didn't actually expect anything to happen. I just thought, what would really help this woman? I thought maybe she would just imagine that he was there. But it actually happened. I changed into him, Dr. Dekker. It blew my mind.
She turned into Dekker? Oh dear. Right, what else can I ask her? Wait, what she said that I should follow up on, or should I go to someone else? What do you say when you shift?
It's tricky. I mean, I'll sound exactly like Hilda's daughter, but I try and keep it vague because I don't become her. I don't know what she would really say. I say things like, it's okay, don't be scared,
Shift
I love
powers
you, Mum,
activate.
or I love you, Dad. But it doesn't really matter what their relationship's like because it's not really them. I always do the Disney version. The best, most loving version. That's what my patients want to hear. And maybe deep down they know it's not the truth, but it's got to be better than the reality.
Right, I'm sure oh, what's this? What meds was she trying to give Hilda? Again, complete accident, but the hint done that. What? Medication did you give Hilda?
I've got her on a herbal compound.
Oh no.
St. John's wort for pain, ginkgo for bronchitis, valerian, borage. There's a few other things in there as well, but I won't bore you with the full ingredients.
I don't think the herbal compound's working. Well, whoops. Think the herbal compound is working.
The rules are that you're not supposed to give a patient anything that isn't on their
Oh.
charts. But I talked it over with Hilda first, and she was happy to try the herbal approach.
Doesn't he make it right? No. We said the full ingredients. Show me the full ingredients.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd have to check. I have it written down somewhere.
A fair number of folk in this care homes aren't actually logically able to. Yeah. Yeah, she's completely in the wrong here as someone who's worked in a care home. Well, what is this? Is Ellen Gubby? I'll ask her that. Actually, we've got two more. And Claire, something to ask Claire that don't think we've picked up on yet. Who else do we still need to talk to? Jaya, Nathan, Marat. Right, we'll talk to Ellen a wee bit. What have we got? Claire says the girl in Dekker's basement was Iris. So many people left to speak to. I know we'll just power through it. How you doing today?
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. It's rent day, and I always feel a little blue on rent day.
Rent day.
Rent day is the day I pay rent to my landlady.
Before you mention something beautiful, have you had any more blackout? Let's ask about the paper spike.
Dr. Dekker used to put my checks on that thing. I guess someone thought they weren't getting value for money.
You mentioned checks.
I actually don't have a lot of money.
You don't say.
Sometimes a therapy check would bounce, but Dr. Dekker would be okay with it. Oh, my checks are fine though, don't worry.
Aye, they fucking better be. Get money problems.
I'm not broke. Men buy me drinks at bars though. Sometimes I'll get away with not paying at restaurants. Isn't that how it is for everybody?
Aye, all the time. It's great. Do you often go to bars and restaurants?
I mainly like drive-thrus. I don't like crowds, and I find it difficult to stay in the same place for too long. I guess I'm a fidget.
Dislike crowds but visit nightclubs?
Crowds at nightclubs and bars are different. The lights are dim. You can slink around without attracting too much attention.
Why slink?
Sometimes I'll kiss a guy in a club, and then he just follows me. Wherever I go. It's creepy. I don't want everyone seeing that.
Where do people follow you?
They follow me. Wherever I go. Anywhere. Where do you think they follow me, Doctor?
Oh dear. What happens after they follow you?
It depends where they follow me. If they follow me home, they bang on the door for an hour or so, then leave. Other places, they just disappear.
That's pretty creepy, aye.
I don't see them again.
What do you mean they disappear?
They don't just disappear into thin air. I think they return to the place I found them. But I've not run into the same person twice.
Oh dear. So you dislike clubs? Why slink? Oh, you're... Maybe that's like her kisses make people follow. Maybe that's her thing, like she's a, I don't know, siren. I don't know. Because Dekker seems to have given everyone else these powers.
I'm not a siren. It's just how some guys are.
I mean, they are like that.
I tried it with a woman, too. She followed me. If a lot of people are watching, then it doesn't work.
Have you had any more blackouts?
I've had no blackouts, and I haven't been to the beach since our last session. But I think I will today. Do you want to come with me to the beach?
Maybe someone should come with you to the beach.
Doctor, I think you're getting a little anxious. If you ever wanted to visit the beach, you can just turn up. It's not mine.
Oh, before you mentioned something beautiful.
You've got a good memory, Doctor. Let's talk dreams. Sometimes I'll dream about a light. Deep in the ocean somewhere. I head towards it because it's warm and glowing. beacon. When I'm at the bottom, it's the most beautiful thing. Like a welcoming sun.
Oh.
Like I'm home. And then I wake up.
Actually, what's this? You mentioned something beautiful. Two seconds. Why doesn't? Oh yeah, because you mentioned that. Why doesn't it work if people are watching? There we go.
If I kiss somebody and a lot of people are watching, they don't follow me. Too embarrassed, I guess.
Why a beacon?
It's so beautiful. Calls me. It's like I'm in a trance. What does the dream mean, Doctor?
Don't know. Sometimes dreams are. I thought she hated crowds because she didn't want. Yeah, but she liked dancing, and she says clubs are different, which I find strange. Maybe the dream's made up, or maybe the dream means you're there. We go.
I guess. I hate being in the same place for too long. Maybe I'm always searching for paradise or something.
You're okay with men buying you drinks?
It's just good manners to accept when someone offers to buy you a drink. I'm a very good-natured girl.
Why are you good-natured?
Don't you think I'm sweet, Doctor?
No, you're not sweet. Yes, you're sweet.
I think you're falling for me, Doctor. Don't let that get in the way of helping me.
Don't worry, very, very professional here. Would never do something like that. People ever follow you home?
Yes. They follow me home. They're silent. It's like a trance.
Do they follow you to bed?
There was one guy. A real gym body. I let him into the bedroom, but nothing. Nothing I did would stop him just staring at me. It was creepy. I got him to follow me outside, and then I just shut the door.
The dream could mean many things, or maybe she's making it up. Oh, she said I'm not a siren. Why? I got to get spelling right of that. It was something.
Interesting that you should say that. Dr. Dekker said the same thing. And he's dead now.
Oh dear.
Siren, mermaid. Do you think I could really be one?
Tell me about Dekker.
Are we still talking about him? And I thought you were just interested in me, Doctor.
Did Dekker visit you at home?
Dr. Dekker suggested home visits.
Oh.
I
Hey
think
pal,
he was
how's it going?
probably checking up on his investment. You're not thinking of doing home visits, are you, Doctor?
Home visits. Aye, why not?
I can't afford any more sessions, so it sounds like you'll be paying. That's a date, isn't it, Doctor? I'm not sure that's appropriate.
That's not appropriate, hen. No. Go to horny jail. Have I asked Mariana all I can? Or what's this? I'm just trying to think. Ethan got Weiss link. Oh, she said people do your followers stay silent. Silent. Here we go.
I don't talk to them, they don't talk to me.
Well, I thought that'd be a hook or something to get in there, but seemingly not. Right. We've got Nathan and Jaya left. How are you today?
I burned the photos of Hannah. It didn't work. I suppose because the loss was superficial. The next thing I burned was the rocking chair. That worked. I've been getting rid of her stuff ever since. There was a day when I attacked a Salvation Army bin, but I gave in.
You attacked the bin. Normal behaviour. Shall we talk about Hannah?
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore? And thanks for the dating advice, by the way.
Did you follow my dating advice?
You told me not to look for anyone else until I was ready. So I didn't. I've just been sitting at home, reading Hannah's diary, stewing. I ordered a pizza. A nice girl delivered it.
What happened with the bin?
I accidentally put Hannah's diary into a Salvation Army donation bin. They're like huge post boxes with a circular tray that makes sure things spill to the bottom. I tried to get in to get it back, but I gave up.
Did you read the diary?
I read the last few weeks of Hannah's diary a while ago. I must have accidentally dropped in some clothes for the Salvation Army bin. It's funny, because I wasn't going to read it. She said she'd fallen out of love with me.
Ooh.
That she was going to break off the engagement.
Ooh.
That she didn't love me anymore.
So maybe that crash wasn't accidental.
I regretted it.
Ask him about the pizza delivery girl. What do they say about pizza? Pizza.
It took a week of days to get that pizza girl to smile.
It took a week
And
of
you know
days.
did
What
it?
a normal way of
tip.
explaining it.
As much as the pizza cost. So money does make you happy.
Well, there we go. What else can you tell me about Dekker?
I've told you all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good, then turned a bit crazy towards the end. When you start giving people more problems as a therapist, that's a bit crazy.
What problems did Dekker give you?
I started out with depression. Now I seem to repeat days. Even if you don't believe the repeat days, then I clearly have extra mental health problems that he's given me.
Why was Dekker crazy?
I think that he possibly cursed other people, a bit like he cursed me. Sometimes you could see he was bursting to tell me about it, but he couldn't. He was ecstatic with power.
How did... He's going a bit with curses now? He's the most sensible person so far. Seemingly, aye. Well, he's the last of our actual patients. Then we talked to Jaya, who... I think so. Yeah, she's our assistant.
Or remembered. I was hoping you'd forget. It's going to sound crazy. Dr. Dekker said I would never be able to move forward until I came to terms with my grief. And so from this point on, I'd start to relive the same day over and over again until I made something of it. I believed him.
Why do you believe Dekker?
I didn't want to believe him. I remember I said, you can't just say things and they happen. He laughed and laughed. I think he was going mad. He said he'd give me a demonstration.
Oh, demonstration.
He held his hand outstretched and told me to look at the flame. There was no flame, and then there was. He was holding a flame in his hand that had come out of nowhere. And he tried to hypnotize me to make me forget it.
So like I've seen that exact fire effect in quite a few things. It just caught me a bit off guard. You remember the flame even though he hypnotized you?
I didn't forget seeing the flame. He wanted me to forget it all, but I didn't. For whatever reason, he couldn't undo.
So was he
what
just
he'd
talking
done.
about the flame, or did
was
he
scared.
physically pull out a fucking
I
Hadouken
pretended
there?
like the hypnosis had worked.
I know Hadouken's like chi, but yeah. Why were you scared?
I was scared what Dr. Dekker would do to me if he found out I still knew. So I had to play along. Keep coming to the sessions. Pretend I hadn't seen what he'd done. It was awful, because I was suffering through the same days over and over again. But I couldn't talk to him about it. Because he'd know.
What's that? What do you regret?
I regretted that I mourned for Hannah so long. I regret the grief. I regret all the days I slept through because of it. Had I known she didn't love me anymore, things would have been different.
Oh dear.
I'm a bit angry now. If I had that day over again, I may just still pull out in front of the driver.
Oh. Oh, so
He'd become bored of me, so I got much of my insight from calls or messages he'd take during our sessions. I think because he hypnotized me, he didn't want to play with me anymore, so I got basic therapist.
what's basic therapist?
He told me lots of people get depression, to become more active, see more people. And although he wouldn't always be there to listen, Jaya would be.
Oh, is that about Jaya? Do you know Jaya well?
Yeah, I talked to her quite a lot. I'm not sure how many days of that she'd remember. She seemed to care, which is more I can say for Dekker.
Oh. Nathan says he talked to Jaya a lot. I should ask her. Let's do it now while the iron's hot. Completely forgot what was it. You talk to Nathan?
I didn't really speak to Nathan that much at all, but I have this strange feeling that I know him really well. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Well then. Oh, whoops, accident hit. Down.
I didn't notice Dr. Dekker had a paper spike. I haven't really seen more than a foot in front of me since Hannah died.
Did you kill Dr. Dekker so you wouldn't have to suffer through repeat days?
I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I wanted to be as far away from him as possible. I don't know who did.
Well, let's ask someone else a question, but anything I can ask you? Not really. Right, on to Jaya. How are you today?
I'm fine. I'm ready for my grief counselling. I emailed you Mariana's address. I don't know why you'd want it. I suppose you're going to start doing home visits now, like Dr. Dekker?
Yep. Why would I want Marianne's home address?
Doctor, if you don't want it, don't text me and ask for it. It's all right. I don't mind doing menial tasks for you. Someone has to do them.
Didn't. I didn't ask for Marianne's address. Oh. Did I? I'll just say I didn't, because I didn't. I didn't message Jaya though, or else I don't think the game mentioned ask. I mean, I said to Marianne that was going to do home visits. How to spell her name? Nope. Home.
Well, maybe someone sneaked your phone during a session and texted. I know they all look innocent, but if it's not nailed down, there's a good chance they'll walk away with it. You know, I used to have an iPad and a Surface.
Right, your home visits.
Yes, Dr. Dekker started doing home visits for Mariana. He said she couldn't concentrate properly in his office. I hope you're not thinking of doing the same thing. I need you right where I can see you.
I agreed to visit her. Are you spying on me?
Checks and balances, Doctor. Somebody needs to be watching the watchman, so to speak. Make sure you're helping, not hindering.
I mean, you are my assistant, so I can't be like to... Was Dr. Dekker helping or hindering?
He probably did his fair share of helping and hindering. He was definitely helping in the beginning, but then seemed to lose sight of things.
Lost sight of things?
I think he was so overwhelmed by the patients he was getting. His curiosity just got the better of him. There was a definite turning point.
What was the turning point?
Somewhere around the time Professor Alderby turned up, that seemed to unsettle him. And then we had a flood of extra weird patients. I think it was all too much for him. I think I misjudged him.
He was the professor that came in and started talking about like
better.
Cthulhu and old ones and all that? Oh. A lot of good watching him did, if he end up hindering, yeah. I don't really care about you. We'll find out more about this. Any news on Ben?
I think that's all settled now. We are agreeing to pay Ben £5,000 and he's agreeing not to say anything about what he saw.
Shall we talk about grief today?
Grief is such a strange word if you keep saying it. Grief, grief, grief. It sounds like somebody's being whipped. And you're going to ask me how I feel today?
Paper spike.
It's in that police report that I gave to you. You should really take a look at it.
It's not as if you've been around longer than anyone here.
He thought he saw a creature coming out of Dr. Dekker's mouth. Well, at least that's the reason he's given for not emptying the bins that night. Either way, it's not the kind of publicity that we need. Shiny, happy, sane people.
Oh, now I'm interested. Anything else to share about Dekker?
Some mornings I come into work and still expect him to be here. Sometimes it feels like he actually is here, watching over me. We had a connection. It's gone now, though. You can't have a connection with the dead, can you? Not for too long, anyway.
Oh. What connection?
Dr. Dekker asked me to have dinner with him for Valentine's. I refused, obviously, because you don't sleep where you eat or something like that. But it was flattering, especially with competition like Mariana around.
Oh, we've got two things. So, the first one I want to ask is about, did Dekker do home visits? Did Dekker do home visits for other patients, or was it just Mariana? Or
Some mornings I come into work and still expect him to be here. Sometimes it feels like he actually is here, watching over me.
what did Dekker and Mariana do? On these dates?
I have no idea what they did and when they did it. I'm happy to keep it that way too.
Oh, you're a good help. Is Mariana a competition?
Sorry, I didn't mean I was competing. I was happy Mariana was going out with him. I didn't want to be romantic with him. We had a stronger connection than that.
Oh. Why was it a stronger connection?
Dr. Dekker and I shared some philosophy. We'd both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind, and we agreed with a lot
here
of
we
what
go.
it said. Have you read that book, Doctor?
Can't say I have.
In Cult of the Kinetic Mind, the author suggests that everyone is capable of psychokinesis and that the cult leaders specifically had these powers that turned their followers into disciples. It's not a fun read, but if you're into psychology, it's a blast.
What's psychokinesis?
Psychokinesis is the ability to change the physical world without actually touching it, just by using your mind. It's not just about bending spoons. It covers all sorts of things like telepathy, telekinesis, telesabalas. Shoot me, I'm a Kojak fan.
Patter. Now's not a time, Jay. You used to tell me about psychokinesis.
Like I said, all those cool things are in Cult of the Kinetic Mind, apart from Kojak, obviously.
Sharp.
If you ever get a patient who thinks they can change the world with just their mind, then duck, just in case they can. But seriously, do a whole load of shrinking and make them better. Whether you believe in psychokinesis or not, you'll need to figure out your approach with those that do.
I said something about how the cult leaders this game would be like 30% shorter if I had like a keyboard or I could use the microphone to talk. Leaders turn followers into disciples.
Followers and disciples have a very strong tie to their cult leaders, almost like they've been
Later, a game
brainwashed.
turned into Twitter experience just to make his typing and make his rampant dyslexia try to figure out spelling the words.
Like pyrokinesis or telekinesis.
What's psychokinesis? Right, I feel like let's go. What approach?
How do you make people who think they have special powers better? Do you remain passive and support, encourage them, take them away?
I don't quite know. Is psychokinesis common?
No, not at all in my experience. Dr. Dekker had an unusual number of patients who claimed psychokinesis. Either he'd been specifically looking for them or someone had been sending them.
I'll ask what patients? What? Patients claimed to, damn it, have psychokinesis. There we go. Thank God that popped up.
Psychokinesis
Shut up, Gia. Be passive.
things could escalate.
Shit.
Building trust is one thing, but at what cost?
Why would someone do that?
It's entirely possible that someone is targeting this.
Oh, whoops, I skipped it. What'd you do on Valentine's?
I was at home on my lonesome, Doctor, like I said before.
She was at home. Why couldn't Mariana... Wait, I'll ask these questions, I think we'll call it.
Honestly, I think Dr. Dekker had a bit of a crush on Mariana, or vice versa.
You think?
I'm not really sure. There's some footage from their home sessions if you want to see them.
Yeah, show me the footage.
That was a joke, Doctor. I guess we found our level.
Why are you joking about stuff that could be like, I could find out about the case? Yeah. Ah!
Oops, that was a strange thing to say, wasn't it? Whipped. Am I all whips and chains in the bedroom or dominant in the boardroom? Don't answer that, it's not a question. It's early days for a harassment suit yet, what with Ben's nervous shock already.
Don't think you're taking this, what you got, very seriously.
Dr. Dekker did send me to see his mother once. She was dying in a nursing home and he didn't want to see her. I remember him calling her a manipulative, evil old hag. You tend not to ask any more questions after that.
Right, so we've learned quite a lot today. Unfortunately, we couldn't get anyone green because I... Just have a quick look, see if it... Nah, nothing. So I've got a feeling this is probably going to bite me in the arse, but... Aye. We'll go on the next day, and that's day 3. We are no closer to figure out stuff.
You can stop looking at me like that. You've made me do this.
Oh dear.
And don't try and escape. You're all tied up.
Oh Jesus.
Now tell me the truth. Is this a dream?
No, it's not a dream.
That's the wrong answer, Doctor. This is most definitely a dream. Now, tell me, do you believe that people can have kinetic powers?
Absolutely not. No. Stop hitting me!
I think you like it when I hurt you, Doctor. That's a worrying sign. People
Don't kick shame.
obviously have kinetic powers. That's how I'm here, testing you. Now, how do we treat people with kinetic powers? Do we encourage them or do we discourage them?
Encourage, because I don't want to get hit again.
Oh, Doctor.
Oh no.
How disappointing. We've been through this already. Encouraging them to use their power just makes them worse. That's what Dr. Dekker did. Look at him now.
Oh dear.
I thought you were different. Oh, I thought we'd get on, but I'm wrong. Enjoy your sleep, Doctor.
Next day, there we go.
Someone else in my hour.
I brought David back to life.
I removed the chains, dressed her.
It was Iris.
We could try shifting now.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Sorry.
We both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind, and that
Oh, whoops.
it's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are
Grateful if you could see your way to declaring me
insane, or at least
temporarily insane.
There was no flame. And then there was.
I'll kiss a guy,
I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
and then he just follows me
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore?
wherever I go.
You may just still pull out in front of the driver.
Right, so this Eden got even weirder. So aye,
Morning, Doctor.
because you drugged me,
Looking a bit
but
unwell. Are they getting you all wound up? Well, have a look at this. I found it in Dropbox. Apparently, Dr. Dekker lent Mariana some money.
ooh,
Sounds dodgy, doesn't it? I also got the toxicology report back from Officer Yates, and shocker, Dr. Dekker had... Sorry, you just have to read it. I should have spoiler alert tattooed on my forehead.
you're not very
And
helpful, are you?
Can we not do the grief counselling thing today? I'm all sorts of behind on work and I'm getting more stressed out watching it all pile up. If you need anything though, I'm here.
Right, boys. So we'll dig into part 4 another day. So for now.